Welcome back, everybody, to episode 16 of Lee County Unscripted. Today, we are here with Jen Holiday. She is an esthetician, is that correct?
Yes.
And she does amazing work. So we're going to get right into chatting with her. Jen, thank you so much for being here today. Tell us a little bit about what you do and, where you began.
So I'm a medical esthetician. I do corrective skincare. I started working with a plastic surgeon in New York City, and that's how I got into the whole world of it. I was there for a while, and then I came down here in 2020, and I've been doing corrective skincare since then. So I do medical grade, anything you'll find in a plastic surgeon's office or a dermatology office, I offer that in my suite.
What are those things so that people that don't know, like myself?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So my main thing is microneedling. I do skin pen microneedling. So it fixes skin texture, pigment. It's anti-aging. So a lot of it is anti-aging. We're removing sun damage, sunspots. If you have, rough patches on your skin, I'm fixing that. I also do acne clients. So no matter the severity of the acne, I'll also help them clear their acne, get them on a corrective treatment plan in order to clear acne, fix texture, and then essentially my motto is I want to make you feel comfortable with no makeup on, all women.
That is so true.
So because there's so many women, they will not leave the house without any makeup. And I hate that for them.
Yeah.
I want them to feel good in their own skin. So that is what I do. It's more advanced. It's not your fluffy facial, I just want
just gonna rub some
a
stuff
blueberry
on it.
mask and just like a massage. No, it's science. It's all scientifically proven to work. It's all a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes you'll feel a little bit uncomfortable in the treatment, depending on what you're doing. But it gives you results and everybody is loving it. So yeah, it's working.
Yes. I never had any skin problems until postpartum. And then I was like, what is going on with my skin?
Oh yeah. Hormones will do it for you.
You learn really quickly that you just can't run through Florida with no sunscreen on.
Absolutely.
And Florida is sun 365 days a year.
Yes.
How many of your clients come to you with like severe sun damage from being down here?
Oh, tons. Yes. A lot of people have moved recently, I feel like, to Florida for whatever reason. And so I do have a lot of Northerners and they all, I'm here now and I have all these sunspots or something. My face is just breaking out now. And I definitely help them transition to the Florida weather because it's different. I myself came from New York and coming here, you have to learn how to adjust what you're doing at home in order to keep your skin where you want it to be. But a majority of my clients are about 40 and over. I take clients up until clients that are in their 70s and 80s that we're still doing microneedling, we're still doing chemical peels, and we're still correcting their sun damage that they have.
The sun down here is obviously far more intense because we're closer to the equator, right, than up north.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people pay attention to the UV index, right? So what is a UV index where damage can occur to someone's skin?
Oh, it can occur right up from level 1, 2, 3, very minimal. It's also your skin type. So there's different skin types and it's on a scale, on a level. So 1 to 6. So depending on that, it's so much deeper, right? So I guess I'll give you an explanation. If I'm Irish and I'm, very pale, red hair, I don't tan, I burn, they're going to burn more easy in the sun. Myself, I'm naturally tan. If I stand in the sun for an hour with no sunscreen, I'm completely fine. So the sun is going to hit everyone different. So it's just learning the kind of person, you're asking the background questions of their ethnicity because that does play a factor into how their skin reacts to everything. And then kind of going from there. Also, a big thing is heat. Heat produces pigment. For a lot of women that are dealing with melasma, especially postpartum, they don't realize how much the Florida heat is going to pop that back up. Oh. So you're battling two things in Florida. Even if it's not sunny, even if you're inside, it's the heat that's also going to trigger it. So it's kind of like we're chasing it a lot, but it's the only way to correct it.
I get it. I get burnt from the moon. Like I
We're
totally,
two totally different
I
people.
totally understand it.
Right.
But you don't do just women; you do men as well.
I do men as well. Yes, yes. A lot of guys come in, and it's totally normal now. You know, everyone. I
For
feel like
sure.
there's like a stigma for men not to get a hydrofacial or microneedling, but I think now we're such a forward-facing. You know, with our clients ever since COVID. You know, we're on Zoom, we're on FaceTimes, we're all working from home. So I have seen an increase in men wanting to do things to take care of themselves. And some, you know, don't want anyone to know, and that's fine. Discretion is always number one. HIPAA, I'll always follow all the rules. But it's essential for everyone. Everyone needs it, I think. I think that the better you feel, the better you perform, the better you do your work. And if you feel good and you think you look good, then you're going to do great.
That kind of goes with Jen that was here, the city council woman.
Yes.
The Dress for Success. She said that exact same line. You know, if you feel good, you know, you will be more successful. You have more confidence. That's exactly what you're doing too, at a different level.
Yeah, so I did that event with her. I
Oh,
did
the Dress for Success?
yes, I did one
Small brand.
at the one she did at Lady Cakes in Cape Coral.
Okay.
And I did free facials for the girls that were there getting clothing from the Dress for Success. So the same concept where just want you to feel empowered, want you to feel your best and not have, you know, your face it's your money maker, right? It's what people see first. So if we can get to a place where I can make you feel confident and get you back to that place, then I feel like I've totally done my job, even if you don't come back for a facial ever again.
What drove you to get into the skin world? Were you always from, you know, high school, college, or did something push you in that
No,
direction?
I did something totally different. Yeah. So I went to school for art. I went to school for painting and drawing, which is like completely different from what I do. And then I moved to New York City and I was, you know, from Cape Coral. And I was.
Oh, you're from Cape Coral and you moved to New York City?
Yes.
Oh, that's a big change because Cape Coral when you grew up to
Yes.
Cape Coral now is very different.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Now it's so busy. Yeah. So I was there. I graduated from Cape High, but then I moved to New York and I wanted to go to art school in New York. And then I just was very naive, had like $4,000 in my pocket. And I was like, I'm going to go to New York City and do whatever, sell my art. It was so expensive and I just couldn't afford it. So then started working jobs and landed in a plastic surgeon's office through a friend. They needed a manager for the office and I had managerial experience. So I got hired for that. But then I was just really good at it, at selling the products and the treatments. And the doctor was like, you know, you're actually smart in this. You should, you know, learn it more. And if you learn more, then I'll put you in this position or this position. And he kind of aligned me learning all of the skincare and selling it for people. And then I just have really understood the science behind it. So then when I ended up coming here during COVID, because we shut down in New York, I said I'm going to become an esthetician because it's what I just knew. I know it works. And I love it. I love the science behind it. You know, I'm constantly doing more trainings. I have a ton of advanced trainings in it. Medically, I have my certifications needed, you know, to deal with the microneedling because does produce a lot of blood and you have to control the whole situation. But yeah, so I kind of landed upon it and now it's just been great. I just really understand it. And I think that's a key. The market's so saturated with estheticians, but corrective medical grade, I think, is a whole different ball game.
Real estate market's saturated with realtors, but true professionals always come to the top.
It goes
They
back
make a
to every business. My dad has said this for years. If you have integrity and you call people back and you're honest, like you're going to go far in your business, whatever it is that you do, whether it's real estate, construction, you know, esthetician, you're going to make a name for yourself. And it just takes one bad client or one bad time that a client writes a bad review and now you're battling all that to try to bring it back up to the top. So it's a very customer-based service that we're all in.
This may sound silly, but for those that don't, like, obviously sunblock down here in Florida is very important. Not even in Florida, just like throughout, but more so for babies. And, you know, like Edward, he has a newborn. I feel like I have the skin of a newborn that can't see the sun ever. The intensity of the sunblock. What should people look for? What should they stay away from?
Oh, yeah. Well, for a newborn, no sunscreen at all. It would just be way too harsh for a baby. So just a hat and covering them up. But the older we get, we're at least putting on 30 to 50. So the SPF number doesn't really matter because it's the amount of minutes that it's going to protect your face. So if it says 100, it's 100 minutes. If it
Oh,
says
okay.
30, it's 30 minutes. So like you're technically supposed to reapply. But that science doesn't work because if I'm putting something on my face and I'm jumping into the pool, it's going to come off
Right.
if it's 100 or 50 or anything. So the rule is always to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. If you're going to be in the sun and you're really dealing, I know it's not a reality for a lot of people. Maybe like all three of us, if you're inside, we're not sitting here putting on every 2 hours sunscreen. But if you're on vacation or you're on a cruise or you're just outside doing work, that would be the safest way to protect your face, to block anything from happening. But also, it's not enough because you should wear a hat to cover up and to keep it all away from you. But just a sunscreen in general, I like to use the medical grade. So I just like it the best because it's cleaner. So there's no fragrances in it. It's not going to irritate you. And you know that it's not going to clog your pores, which is the main one for a lot of people because Florida's hot and we get sweat and then it's kind of reversing what we're doing. So
How do you handle, or how should someone handle post sunburn? Like, again, I'll deal with me, right? It's easy for me to get sun blisters if I'm out there too long and I don't do anything. Like, what is the correct way to handle
a sunburn.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it really aloe?
I would do some aloe for sure,
I
but
thought that was an old wives' tale.
no,
Wait, no, I think that's for real.
definitely, yes, it'll help calm the irritation. But with the sunburn, it's so bad when you get a sunburn. Don't scrub it. Don't try to peel it off.
Don't peel
if
the
that
skin off
happens,
and-
no, absolutely not. For women especially, if it happens on your face, that's how you get those discoloration patches. And then also you're just subjecting yourself to skin cancer. So it's been proven even 30 minutes of a sunburn when you were a kid can develop into skin cancer when you're later. That really is why we should be wearing any type of protection in general, is because of the skin cancer and how aggressively advanced it is these days, because they're mass producing sunscreens that are very harmful. So we're adding even more
yeah.
chemicals, and then it's just a whole shit show basically.
You can
Is
say
the
that.
only of sun damage. So the whole argument that sunscreen causes cancer, but there's no scientific evidence that it causes cancer. So it's just best to protect yourself no matter what, because at the end of the day, it's the skin cancer that we're trying to stay away from.
We get our sunblock for my daughter from Europe because it doesn't have what
The additives.
it has over here. So we get it from Europe for her.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Do you need it? Do you want the baby sunblock?
I need to take a bath in it. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
You're looking at me like, what? Why don't I know this?
I didn't know you got it from Europe. Going down the skin cancer route, when should someone that has that they think is a sunspot get it professionally looked at by yourself or a doctor?
Oh yes, it's not under my scope, but I've been trained in identifying, and I have helped several women when I've worked for plastics before, where they come in and immediately what you're looking for is let's say if you have a freckle on your face, if you wake up one day and it feels raised or it's shifted the shape or it looks a little darker, anything that's constantly changing is a red flag. That needs to go be evaluated immediately, because there's no time on it. You don't know how quickly things can spread, especially on your face. So you can go something that they can just zap and burn off. You can prevent it from having to be cut out of your face eventually. But people the UV beds, girls are still going to that. I wish that was like illegal, but skin cancer is all over and it's popping up everywhere. So it's urgent to go immediately. You don't wait on any of it.
And one thing I learned from having things cut off you see a little spot at the surface, but what you don't realize is the root of it, I reference it to as a root, is actually spreading and wider underneath the skin. So it's not just a small cut, it's going in and getting that whole cancerous cell out from underneath the skin.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So what you think might be the size of a pencil tip is actually the size of an eraser getting cut off.
Correct. Yes.
I will say, I know, like, my face is a canvas of yours, right? Like, you handle all of this in my head, and like, I am religious about getting.
Oh, you're good about it.
I am like getting facials and getting my head, like, making sure I don't want sunspots. I don't want any of that stuff. So I think it's very important that people do go and get it done. It's not just like you said, it's not just the relaxing of like rubbing chocolate on my face and like fanning me with a banana leaf. That's not it at all.
You're going full in medical
Yeah,
for
like
you.
the hydrofacials is like, there's sometimes I think I'm getting waterboarded. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's not that bad, I swear.
It's really not. It's not. It's actually really good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's a newer technology.
The hydrofacial?
Yeah.
Hydrofacial, I think, has been around for about 20 years. And my hydrofacialist, if they hear me, they'll be disappointed that I don't have an exact number. But it's been around. But now it's just gained a ton of popularity. And it's considered a gold standard. You know, you go to plastic surgeon med spa, they have a hydrofacial. There's a ton of dupes out there, hydrofacials or masking as if they are. But a hydrofacial is a patented technology. There's nothing else like it on the market. So it extracts and infuses. And they're all corrective serums. So it's not just water that we're using. Right. Every single step is very intentional. It's customizable. I think you can make thousands of different treatments, like 4,000 variety of treatments that you can do with it. So it works for all skin types. So you're definitely paying, a higher price for a hydrofacial. But once you have just one, you understand, oh, this is why I'm paying that. Because you're seeing the physical results.
Is that where they like suck the stuff out of your face?
Yes, and then we collect it in this little gunky jar.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And everyone thinks it's so gross, but it's what you're living with every day. Every day. So imagine you don't get your facials. Imagine how yellow your water would look. It's bad. But we've gotten Mike's down to like an opaque white. So
good.
I'm clean.
You're clean. I'm probably not. I probably need to go.
I 10 out of 10 recommend them. I cannot stress it enough.
And we can do it all over. So you can do your face, you can do your scalp, and there's variations for the scalp. So like, for instance, Mike will do his scalp and we're doing sun damage prevention, and then just eliminating what's already there and protecting. And then also like for us with girls, if you have a lot of buildup in your hair, it's excellent for that. If you're someone that suffers from dandruff or eczema or psoriasis on your scalp, it really helps to exfoliate it. You can also do it all over your body. So you can do your back, you can do your arms, your hands, you can do anything. And then also with it, you do lymphatic drainage. And there's just a lot of fun modalities to it where you can really, really just have it's a different treatment. I don't really know how else to explain it other than...
I think everyone should experience it.
I like to say it's elite.
It is. Do you ever walk
facial.
through like an area, like through a store and be like, you actually need a facial?
I was just going to ask that question. I was like, do you analyze everybody's face and go, oh, you have never had a facial? Or like, oh, her skin looks okay. Or, because I do that with houses. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, totally. I think at the beginning I was, so trigger happy with that. And I'd be like, oh, you need Botox or you need this.
Oh, no, you don't say that.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, they got offended. And I didn't mean it that way, because I'm just, when it's your world and you just, like you said, with houses, you just naturally are like that. But totally, I've gone up. I'm always carrying stuff on me. If I see someone, I'm like, hey. And now I restructure how I say it. I'm not like, hey, you have terrible blackheads, and I really need you to come see me. Yeah, no, now I'm just like, you should come check me out. I think that you could really benefit from what I offer. And sometimes it isn't received the right way, but most of the time it is. I think people really, the problem with the oversaturated market is that a lot of people have gone to estheticians, even at big top plastic surgery offices, and they spend $350, $400 on something, and they're like, they didn't do anything. Well, mine will, and you're not going to pay that much. And that's also how I structured my business, is because I know the competition and I know what's out there and I know what I can do, what I can give, but I want to meet people at a more realistic price point versus, come get a $300 facial. That's not feasible for a lot of people monthly.
And that's what you recommend is like monthly for people to come in and...
At the initial state, yes. If you love to get facials, absolutely. Every 6 weeks is great for your facials. And just on the scientific level of how your skin cells turn over and just with fighting anti-aging, it's best to do a treatment every 4 to 6 weeks. If you're just starting a treatment plan, I would definitely recommend at least committing 6 months to a year and coming in every 6 weeks, and don't miss it. If we, wiggle room here and there, we're not going to be Nazi about it, but that's the only way you're going to see results is by actually doing it. And I do have clients that'll come in and within, a month or two, they're already feeling so much better. And so then they think, oh, I'm good. I don't need to see Jen as much. And then they're coming back because they realize that I do need to maintain it, just like my nails, just like the gym, just like my eating habits. It's all the same.
It's the stuff at home that you do too. Like you can go for all the facials you want, but if you're not taking care of your skin at home, like it's a waste of money. Like you're just throwing your money away. Like
Absolutely. It's 80% of the work is at home. If you're not compliant, and I can always tell if you're not compliant, you're coming to me, to a professional, paying me to tell you what to do, and you're not following it. And then you're coming in and saying, why isn't this working? That's why it's not working.
Yeah.
So consistency at home. I always say play by the rules, see the results. So if you're not playing by the rules, you're not going to see the results. If you do, then you will, and you'll be happy. But if not, then you're not going to come back to me.
right.
What would you recommend for people that like our water down here is very hard, right? Whether it's the well water, the city water,
it's terrible.
or pools, right? Chlorine, even if it's salt. What do you
Yes.
recommend for people that are dealing with that?
So it's hard with the, if like you're on well or all of that. But I love the filters for the shower. There's a lot of great filters out there. You can get one on Amazon for super cheap, or you can go fancy and get the pretty ones. But a filter on your shower head. There's also filters that you can put on your sinks. I love the Helios filters. They'll just ship them to you on an automatic subscription. I would do that. But also, you just, if you're in the pool or you're in the beach and you really are struggling, if you have acne, you need to go cleanse your face. It's about just treating your face essentially, no matter the situation. Yeah. If you go work out hard and you're not washing your face and you're sitting with that all on your face for the rest of the day, you're going to have issues. Mm-hmm. If you don't wash your face at night after you were outside the entire day or working, you're going to have issues. Mm-hmm. So it's about just catering to your face. Just like I'm going to go wash my hands after whatever, it's going to be the same thing with your face. And
for women, it's so much harder. We have makeup and we're like, now I got to put all the makeup on. But
there's tips and tricks. So there's something called Hyacin Active Spray by Hydrinity that I absolutely love. It's hypochlorous acid. There's other generic ones like Tower 28 and other things you can get at Sephora. But there's a mist that you can carry in your bag and you spray it all over. You can apply it over makeup. It won't mess you up. It'll hydrate you, but it'll kill all the bacteria on your face. So there's a lot. There's a lot
so
that
much
you can
to learn
do.
here.
Yeah, but your skin looks great.
Oh, thank
from
you.
Here.
She's analyzing you the whole time.
Yeah, I know. She was looking at I did start going to get facials and then I stopped. But I still do my regimen at home.
Yes.
So I'm like, I guess I'll keep up with that. But I will be visiting you for sure.
Yes, come.
My mother-in-law, she has fabulous skin, and she told me, she's like, and my mom said this to me, I used to do a lot of fishing, and she's like, wear sunblock. She's like, I know you tan, I know everything. She's like, I'm telling you right now, wear sunblock, because I didn't, and now I have wrinkles and I'm battling them now. Mm-hmm. But my mother-in-law said when she turned 40, she was like, that's when I committed to, I forgot what she did. It was, I don't think it was microneedling. It was something else. And her skin looks fabulous. And she's 65. Well, she'll be 65 this year.
And she's mad at you right now. You just outed her age.
Oh, she doesn't care. She looks amazing. She's fine. But she has great skin because she started at 40, where most people don't start taking care of their skin until they start seeing, like, in their mid 50s or so. Luckily, she was like from up north and wasn't from Florida. I feel like people in Florida are already at a disadvantage and probably need to start at 30. But that was a really great advice, was to start taking care of your skin immediately. Like, don't wait.
Preventative versus corrective. That's the whole name of the game too, with the medical grade. That's what it's there for, is if we treat our skin now and prevent any damage, then when we're 60, 65, we don't have as much to correct. Versus if you're coming and just starting your skincare later on, we have to work backwards. We have to take off the layers of all the damage.
Strip all the damage.
But that's what I love about our skin, is that it's so resilient. So, no matter how damaged you think your face is, or if you think no one's been able to help me, I promise you I will find you a solution, because I have dealt with so many different skin types, and I'm not afraid to get in there and let's take the crusty skin off and let's glow.
Do you think that working in New York City gave you the experience and knowledge because you had such a vast variety of ethnicities and people, and it was just more people coming in versus Fort Myers as a smaller test group,
Yes, definitely. In New York, there's a wide variety of different ethnicities and just skin types and all of that. But I think it's just also just generally learning the skincare, learning how it all works. So the doctor that I worked for up there, is a top doctor in the sense that he gives you natural results. He's a plastic, but he gives you natural results. So you'll never really
You don't look
know.
like an alien.
No, you don't. Yeah, he'll definitely tell you no more filler, or you can't get the facelift, or that kind of
So
thing.
he's a good doctor with a moral
Integrity,
compass.
ethically driven results for sure. So through him, Dr. Manoli, I love him so much, and he knows that he's like he was a huge mentor of mine, because what we're doing is nothing new. It's not new, right? It's all science that has been proven, and that's why it's the top and the gold standard, because it's not new science, and we're keeping things not necessarily old school, but still staying innovative. But I've learned just so much from really taking the time to learn skin, really learning the science behind it and why these ingredients work and why we're doing the things that we do, and not just following the trends. I hate the TikTok trends, skincare from Sephora or Ulta, anything. We're just not doing that because it's all gimmicky. It's all marketing. They're just trying to take your money.
Yeah, and they're getting a percentage of it for promoting it.
Totally. And influencers too, that's something I battle too, is they're like, oh, well, so-and-so uses this, like Hailey Bieber. Yes, but I don't think that Hailey Bieber is using Rhodes skincare on her skin.
No.
She's getting lasers, and she's getting Botox, and she's doing a lot of things that help that. So I think, just ethical results, ethically driven results is what I say is what you have to do for skincare.
How do people find you, Jen?
On Instagram is my number one. I'm Jen Holiday Aesthetics, Jen Holiday _aesthetics. But I'm always at Onyx House. That's where I work. It's right on Victoria Avenue in downtown Fort Myers. But I'm always a DM away, I say. It's not hard to find me. It's easy.
It's an easy name too.
Yeah.
Jen Holiday.
Jen Holiday. And so on Victoria, it's the Black House. Like, it's called the Onyx House.
It's called the
You're
Onyx House.
Inside the
Beautiful.
Onyx House. You
Inside
can't
the
miss
Onyx
it.
House, yes.
Yeah, it's an old home, and you just can't miss it. It's been very well, tastefully remodeled and redone.
Oh, yes. Lindsay and Nick did an amazing job. And yeah, even if you don't come for a facial, just come check out Onyx, because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
We do cute signature cocktails, which you've never had the privilege of having a cocktail, but we do some fun stuff there too. So.
I'm there early in the morning.
So
5 o'clock somewhere.
I was like, so
So I think we're going to do something different. I didn't throw this at you yet. I'm going to throw it to you. I'm just going to throw it out there now. Let's roll with it.
Throw it.
All right. So
Throw the ball. Throw the ball. We have dogs.
if you live local and you're interested in obtaining a facial, Kim and I will cover the cost for one female and one male. All we want you to do is go and tag @JenHoliday to her Instagram page, and we'll pull somebody off of that. You have to like our post and tag @JenHoliday. We'll find 2 people that we're going to treat for a facial, and you'll get the expert care that you deserve. Thanks for tuning in,
that.
and we'll see you on the next one.